I'm going to walk you guys through the rear choke self-defense moves. That's what it's called. Behind her, pull down to step 2, turn around, and open the door and put my arm up under her armpit and then push her to the ground and step. So those are the steps for a surprise attack. That's right, Sarah. I am at the Richland Sheriff Department where Sheriff Leon Lott held a press conference today for an officer and a K-9 dog involved in a shooting that happened. Sheriff Lott says none of the officers involved in the shooting were injured, and K-9 Kobe is expected to make a full recovery. Live in Richland County Sheriff Department, I am Michael Herring, Carolina News. USC men's baseball team prepares for a new season. There is much to look forward to. That's right, Rachel. Right now the weather is in the high 80s. The sun is out and there's a warm breeze today. So if you're out and about and out on campus and stuff, you are definitely going to want to put on that sunscreen. For tomorrow and Wednesday, it is expected to be in the mid to low 90s. So definitely get out and enjoy yourself this weekend. These temperatures are feeling more like summer as we progress through the weekend. I'll have more coming up after the break. Women at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Lexington are reclaiming their power through self-defense, but here they are taking action and learning to protect themselves.
I've learned how to potentially break someone's arm if need be.
Stacey Morton is a mother and a student at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and says her daughters are her motivation to take self-defense.
3 daughters, and 2 of my daughters out of the 3 have unfortunately been assaulted by men. 1 by a stranger and 1 by a boyfriend. According to GetNux.org, over 65% of women enroll in self-defense classes, but 60% of sexual violence goes unreported. Shockingly, only 10% of women in the U.S. have taken self-defense training, and only 10% of victims use a weapon. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu instructor Jamie Jeffcoat emphasizes the importance of females knowing their surroundings and avoiding dangerous situations.
Talk about a 4-phase attack strategy when we're dealing with a non-stranger attack. And by teaching these strategies, it really opens up everybody's eyes so that they can focus on what the bad guy is thinking and what they're doing.
The Chief of Professional Development, Maria E. Turia, highlights the importance of knowing how to use your body as the most effective tool.
You have to know how to use your own abilities, your own strengths. But in order to do that is you have to practice, right? Like you don't know what you can do until you get out here and we teach you, how to do that.
I'm going to walk you guys through the rear choke self-defense moves. That's what it's called. Behind her, pull down to step 2, turn around, and open the door and put my arm up under her armpit and then push her to the ground and step. So those are the steps for a surprise attack. Morton believes self-defense is a must for women nowadays.
In the environment that we live in, it's really important to learn how to use your voice first, and then how to protect and guard yourself because you're worth it and you're valuable.
In Lexington, I'm Michael Herring, Carolina News. That's right, Sarah. I am at the Richland Sheriff Department where Sheriff Leon Lott held a press conference today for an officer and a K-9 dog involved in a shooting that happened around 3 a.m.
Teenagers out here all night long, going into cars, going into vehicles, stealing them, having guns, and shooting at us.
A call went out to deputies shortly after midnight near the 500 block of Deerwood Street for reports of a stolen vehicle. 2 teens stole a Ford pickup truck with a gun in it and led deputies on a high-speed chase. According to the Sheriff's Department, the suspects are 2 teenagers, 17-year-old Jeremy Taylor and a 14-year-old whose identity is not being released. Taylor will face an attempted murder charge, and the 14-year-old suspect is facing a felony. Sheriff Lott warns people to not leave weapons in their vehicle.
Or your vehicle is not a holster, don't leave your gun in it. That can help us out. That can help us out tremendously in getting the guns off the street.
Sheriff Lott identified the 2 officers that were involved in the shooting as K-9 Specialist Brian Ho and his dog K-9 Kobe, and Dalton Washington and his canine dog, Sonny. Sheriff Lott believes the way to stop teen gun violence is through education.
We got to educate these kids that that's not the answer to anything whatsoever. You know, the enforcement part is part of it, but that we hold the ones accountable that or go out here and continuously do it. But we got to have education. Where does it start? It starts in the home. It starts in the home. Again, where's the home life for these two kids to be out here at this time of night?
Sheriff Lott says none of the officers involved in the shooting were injured, and K9 Kobe is expected to make a full recovery. Live in Richland County Sheriff Department, I am Michael Herring, Carolina News. USC men's baseball team prepares for a new season. There is much to look forward to. All-Americans catcher Cole Messina and outfielder Ethan Petrie are back this season to lead the team to victory. Players say they have only one thing on their mind, making it to the College World Series in Omaha. They are leaving the past in the rearview mirror and solely focus on winning a national championship.
Motivation is getting to the tournament, winning a lot of games, and going deep as we can.
Gamecocks have been ranked 12th in baseball's American preseason poll, but pitcher Roman Kimball says they're not paying any attention to the polls.
Rankings for us don't really matter. You know, we're taking it one day at a time, and the biggest thing for us is just, you know, try to win as many games as possible and get back to Omaha. So, you know, the rankings are going to be out there.
Last year, the team started off hot, even made it to the Super Regional, but fell short of getting to Omaha. Head coach Mark Kingston says he believes this team has what it takes to go all the way.
At one point, we were a national championship contender. So I think that's bringing that buzz into the building that we're back there where we want to be, where we need to be. So
the season kicks off next Friday against Miami, Ohio at Founders Park at 4 p.m. Players said they'll focus on one game at a time with the goal of making it back to Omaha and hopefully bringing back a national championship banner. In Columbia, I am Michael Herring, Carolina News.
I was so shocked because I was like, that doesn't happen. I thought it was like a prank.
See student like Lexi Bonera with family in New York. The 4.8 earthquake came as a big shock this morning.
It was more when I saw what grade it was that was shocking to me.
The earthquake spanning from New Jersey to New York rattled homes and buildings, causing confusion among residents. Alicia Carnelio's mother called her right after it happened and described what she experienced.
She thought that something was happening to a house nearby, that there was an explosion or something, because we don't really get earthquakes like that in New York.
Kiki Gushu, a USC student, is concerned about her brother David Gushu, who teaches in Brooklyn. Gushu described to us what happened when the quake hit.
I was in the middle of teaching class, so at first I thought it was just like a big truck rumbling by.
Gushu said his students were just as confused until school officials made it clear about what actually happened.
Right after it happened, we had our principal and health and safety people come through and make sure we were all okay.
But for students in South Carolina, the earthquake caused a scare as they are unable to be with their family members back home.
When anything out of the ordinary happens with my family, I would love to be with them.
In Columbia, I am Michael Herring, Carolina News.